Everybody
just go, Mark. Just go. Just go.
Dr. Nolan Cabrera, followed by Jenna Apple. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that.
No, that's close enough. So I just wanted to speak to the brief empirical analysis that I did of some of TUSD's data that they had in response to the statement that TUSD has not systematically evaluated how the 4 ethnic studies program affects student achievement, and current data indicates that these programs have marginal success at closing the achievement gap. While I can't speak specifically to ethnic studies as a whole, I can provide my own analysis of the TUSD statistics regarding Mexican American studies. My first question that I wanted to know was, are there substantial differences in student performance before they take an MAS class? The short answer is yes. I examined the initial rates of Ames passing during the 4-year period 2007 to 2010. Students who eventually took an MAS course passed the Ames test on their first attempt at substantially lower rates than those who did not. This ranged from anywhere from 13 percentage points to 16 percentage points on any of the 3 tests. So essentially, we're already starting off with a gap before the students even take an MAS course. Given these initial gaps, I then wanted to know, how do students perform after taking at least one MAS course? Operationalizing that by looking at Ames, final Ames passing rates as well as graduation rates. Essentially what I found was that there is no gap. The gap has effectively been closed after taking the MAS courses. The differences in Ames final passing scores are essentially 1 percentage point on any of the 3 tests, and the graduation rate is essentially 82.5% for the year 2010 for that cohort for MAS and non-MAS students. So essentially you had a gap, now there's no longer a gap. But I did find something else that was rather interesting when we started disaggregating the data by social class. And that was that for students who are low income and very low income, the MAS students substantially outperformed the non-MAS students. In particular, for low income students who took an MAS course, they graduated at a rate 7.8 percentage points higher than non-MAS students. And for the very low income students, they graduated at a rate 14.7 percentage points higher. What this means in context, given that there were approximately 3,300 TUSD students who didn't take MAS in this 2010 cohort, if the low-income and very low-income students who didn't take MAS graduated at the same rates, just the equal rates with the MAS students, we would actually have seen in 2010 104 more students graduate from the Tucson Unified School District. While these statistics are descriptive and not inferential in nature, they do provide some strong indications regarding MAS efficacy. The MAS student began their high school career substantially behind their non-MAS peers academically. By senior year, these differences essentially disappeared. This is analogous to MAS students and non-MAS students running a 100-meter dash, but the non-MAS students starting with a 10-meter head start. In the end, the students tie, but there's no consideration given to the amount of ground the MAS students had to make up in order to achieve parity. Regardless, these indicators contradict the resolution wording that these programs have marginal success in closing the achievement gaps. The gap has, for all intents and purposes, been closed, and in particular, the MAS program shows an indication that's actually outperforming a better educational service for low-income students.